Gaming industry is the largest entertainment industry in terms of revenue, with almost $250 billion of revenue as per 2025. It is greater than any film industry, music industry, or any other entertainment industry, matter of fact. That's all great and all. But how exactly are these games made? Well, before answering that question, we need to answer one more question. What exactly is the difference between a AAA game and an indie game? Well, AAA game is usually made by big studios with very huge budget and a lot more number of developers than an indie game. With a huge budget, studios can handle many edge cases, have many quality of life features, and even spend much more money on marketing. Whereas indie game is usually made by a smaller studio and sometimes even by a single person. So indie games has budget constraint. So with the budget constraint, indie game can't really handle all the edge cases. It can't really have all the quality of life features. It can't really spend huge amount in marketing. So that's really the difference between an indie game and a AAA game. Now that we understood what exactly is the difference between an indie game and a AAA game, we'll see how the games are actually made. Games are made with something called a game engine. Well, you might ask, what exactly is a game engine? A game engine is a software framework which has the components and the systems built in which makes game development possible. This is a very formal definition, a very bookish definition. So what exactly is a game engine? Game engine has many systems built in. Let's take rendering, physics, animations, scripting, UI, audio, particle system, and many more are handled out of the box for us in game engine. All we need to do as a game developer is to utilize it efficiently to make our game. Let's say one day I woke up and decided to make a game. I usually choose a game engine in order to make a game. What if I choose to build the whole thing from scratch? Make no mistake, it can absolutely be done by using graphics APIs such as DirectX, Vulkan, OpenGL, and many other things. But it's gonna be very tough. So much time in order to build a game, or the scope of the game will be very small. If you want to build a quality game, you gotta choose a good game engine. Some studios, along with many indie studios, use one of the many available game engines that are available in the market. There are two popular engines that comes into my mind: Unity and Unreal Engine. Well, let's say I'm starting my game development journey. Which exact engine should I choose? Well, that's a topic for a different video. Now that we know what a game engine really is, let's dive deeper and see different things that goes into making a game. For now, let's assume that we are making a 3D game, not a 2D game. Modeling. Modeling is basically building a 3D mesh of any character, prop, or any other 3D object that we are going to use in our game. Trust me when I say this. For me, 3D modeling is the toughest thing in my whole game development process. I can never build a character on my own. So I usually use a marketplace like Miximo or Fab and download characters from there. Texturing. A texture is a simple 2D image, nothing fancy. So a 2D image is wrapped around our 3D model using a technique called UV unwrapping or UV mapping. Rigging. Once we have textured mesh, we usually rig the mesh or we usually rig the character. What exactly is rigging? Rigging is just adding a skeleton to our mesh. Using the skeleton, we make animations by moving the bones, which directly brings us to the next topic: animations. You all know that a video is bunch of frames put together, right? Let's say there is a 24 frames per second video. It means that there are 24 frames put together in 1 second to make that video. Similarly, an animation is just a bunch of poses put together. All the animations that are required for our game are made, such as walk animation, run animation, jump animation, shoot animation, etc. All the aforementioned things can be done in a 3D software such as Blender or Maya. Those things can even be done in Unreal Engine, but I would suggest to use Blender over Unreal Engine because Unreal Engine at the end of the day is a game engine and it's not really meant to model things. It is improving day by day, but I choose Blender over Unreal Engine to model stuff any day. All the things that I'm going to mention here on can be completely done in Unreal Engine. Scripting or logic. Scripting and logic is heart or brain of the game. Let's say a character is moving. When I press W, a character needs to move forward. Character move animations or walk animation should be played. Character step sounds should be played. All these things are handled using logic. These days, you need not be a programmer in order to write the logic for the game. There are many alternatives such as Blueprints in Unreal Engine, Bolt in Unity. Level designing. In order for us to play a game, we need an environment, right? So, level designing is the most important part. Level can be a huge open world or it can be a tightly put, well-detailed, small level. It completely depends on game designer. A game should have good gameplay look, great gameplay mechanics which complement each other in order to keep the users engaged. AI. This AI is not typically what we are hearing around. AI in game development is behavior of any non-playable character in the game. It might be enemy, it might be any other random NPC. So at the end of the day, AI is just a behavior of any non-playable character. Audio and physics. I can't imagine a game without audio. Audio includes music and sound effects. Particles. Particles are just large amount of smaller things or smaller elements like blood, water, fire, etc. UI. This is the most overlooked part of the game development. From death screens to health bars, from stats to main menu, everything is made by UI. So UI is crucial for a good game. That's the end of what I'm gonna mention in this video. Make no mistake, there are many other things that goes into making a good game. This is just a tip of iceberg. It seems a lot, right? Yeah, because it is a lot. Many of the above mentioned things can be outsourced. Take animations for example. There are many good animation packs available online in a marketplace such as Unity Marketplace, Fab, Miximo, and many other marketplaces. So, when someone is starting their own game development journey, just remember that you need not be master of everything. You just need to understand enough to make sense of whatever the hell you are doing. I'm gonna end the video with just one statement. You need not do what million others are doing. Take the road less traveled. Be different. Build something great. Become a game developer.